So this is John Nance, and today I am here with
Quadri
from
Dvsn1.
Matt
and Indy.
Who are you guys?
I am co-owner of Dvsn1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also an owner of Dvsn1.
And I am the Swiss Army knife of Dvsn1.
I love that.
Exactly.
That's
That's exactly what he is.
Man, and what started it though? Like, what got you guys to put your minds together and make this?
Honestly, Quad and I were just shopping around one day in the mall. At some point it kind of just clicked. We both looked at each other and realized that there's just nothing in the city when it comes to this world of resale and dope shoes, dope streetwear, vintage clothing. So, it was really we were in the mall. We noticed there's a need for it, and that was really the beginning right there. Was that it was like February of? That was actually
January
2019.
That was the first week. That was the first week of January 2019.
2020. 2020.
2020, yes, 2020. And by the second week we had a name. By the third week we had a logo. By the end of the month it was all LLC
Store,
and everything.
everything.
It was LLC and looking for a store.
So how long did it take y'all from start to finish to get the store?
COVID really slowed a lot up. We started looking around February when we created the LLC, and the way the world was at the time, we both just were like, okay, time to take a step back, chill out. We're not in a rush. Although we wanted to open as soon as possible. But then, as the year went on, it kind of kept getting pushed out. A lot of, things that, the way the world was, we just weren't sure what to expect.
Yeah, that shit was hitting everybody.
Right. Oh, definitely.
Right.
I mean, y'all still made it work, though.
We checked out a couple spots before this one. This one ended up getting renovated just how we wanted it. And that we found this in July, maybe, about. And the renovations got done around end of August, and September 15th is when
that's fire.
It actually opened up.
Man, and I know that shit not easy from the marketing side to physically getting your hands on something like this. I know that shit not easy work.
Relationships are big. We have a great relationship with someone who was able to lead us in the right direction. With multiple things in the startup of the company. So she helped a lot. That's big fire. Time.
That's fire. Where would you say individually, and everybody can answer this, and I can start from this side, where would you say your love for streetwear, where did it start? How did you get there?
I think A$AP Rocky said it best. It's it's a drip that you get from your parents, So I think growing up, my parents, they had a unique style. I was always in dress clothes and whatnot, and that just grew to my love of fashion and whatnot. It was just growing up, just my parents always, keeping me fitted, and my mom used to dress me till probably the third grade, and after that it was probably nah, I got to do this on my own. And then after that it was just and then basketball definitely helped. Just being in that world and the people around.
It's culture, it's shit. So
exactly.
It makes people feel a certain way, especially the shit you wear.
The people around just definitely influenced my culture, the culture and the love for fashion.
What about you, Matt?
I guess, a light bulb went on when you just said basketball. Because really, I've been playing basketball longer than I've been doing anything. And, I've always liked shoes, but I think basketball definitely had some, what's the word I'm looking for? Correlation.
They go hand in hand,
Influence.
Yeah.
Influence. Yeah. So, basketball definitely had a lot of influence on that. I've always loved shoes. It started with shoes. Even liking rap when I was younger. The style, the big tees, the flat brims, the baggy jeans, the forces. Yeah, for real. A lot of that had a lot of influence on me when I was younger, and of course I've just, it's just gotten bigger and bigger.
It's crazy.
As it's gone on.
It's crazy what a culture can stem from and what it can grow into.
Yeah.
What would you say it inspired you though? Where did your inspiration start?
I would say the same exact things that Indy and Matt said, but to just something else as well would be like where I lived and where I grew up. You know, born in Milwaukee. I spent all my summers in Phoenix growing up, up until like 5th, 6th grade. And then I moved to Atlanta from that point. So just where I lived, I was influenced by so many different walks of life of people, and I think that definitely influenced my, you know, love for streetwear and fashion.
I would say Quad definitely helped me too. You know, like being the big bro and like him coming from a different, completely different area to coming to Menasha. Like, he definitely brought a lot of influence.
It's the best form of a human, is to influence people.
Exactly.
I mean, we're in Wisconsin.
Yeah, straight up the homies. Yep. And to this day, at this point, like he said, the homies, they keep me up on, you know.
And it's like the same thing he does for you. You do that for somebody else. You do it for him. We all influence.
I mean, we still do it to this day. Like, damn, what you got on, bro?
Bro,
like,
you gotta build off each other.
Exactly.
That's how you get places.
One of us wearing our pants a certain way, like, oh shit, I didn't even know you can freak it like that. And then we go with it, you know.
What would y'all say is the biggest struggle for y'all right now?
You want to start? Indy? Swiss Army knife?
For us, I don't think it's too much of a struggle, but like more of a challenge. Just, you know, getting as much reach in Appleton. It's like people think it's so small, but it's really, you know, it's truly big, and it's like very diverse, and there's a lot of corners that we haven't hit yet. So I think like just growing right now is just, it's not a struggle, but more of a challenge.
100%. Yeah, struggles don't always have to be bad too. They're definitely like stepping stones.
All right. Just growing every day. Really.
Yeah. What would y'all say?
I think to generalize it, because like there's certain struggles that Quad handles, I handle with the phase that we're at, where we're going. But in general, I think one of the biggest struggles is just having a size for everybody and what they want specifically. Because of the world we're in, it doesn't really work like that. You know, we don't have size runs chilling in the back most of the time.
It's like you're not going to spend money on this if this is not selling.
It's like, you know, if someone wants this shoe, they like this shoe, well, it's not in their size. You know, we don't have it ready for them in the back room, and that's a struggle in itself, because of course, you know, at that point you're missing out on money.
Yeah.
If they're willing to.
Especially if you got to come out of pocket for it, unless they're paying for it first or they get ordered and shit.
And I'd agree with both of them. The same thing, just a different view would be, like he said, the actual product, but then I'd go and say like pricing as well, because like what we sell are rare, sold out items everywhere else. So, you know, and there is a market for them and all of that, but we've gone to stores and these stores are like whacking on their prices. So I would say, you know, pricing our things at a certain point where the customer is still satisfied with what they're paying and what they're getting, but then we're also able to grow the business and you know, and pay for our employees to be here and, you know, give the customers what they want. So I would say things like that.
Man, yeah, and I feel like
prices are right.
Going off what you said too, and I can always cut out what I'm talking about, but because it's about y'all. But I definitely believe that like you guys are a place that like little kids could come through and be like, "Yo, mom, can I get these?" Or like they don't have to drive all the way to the mall and shit. Like kids that stay all the way back this way. You guys are like, you know, the Foot Locker for like all these other people, or just like maybe even better than Foot Locker.
Shoe game's changing, man. We're taking over.
You guys aren't just shoe game. It's like it's everything like in one. You guys are your own place, but like you guys can be that stepping stone and like that thing for like younger kids. Because bro, the way you dress is like in every little child's life, bro. Like that is like, bro. Like even like
it's someone said to me this the other day. It's like, you know, all these kids around here, you know, actually. I don't think it was Jake, but basically, you know, they look up to us in a very special way because of what we're doing and how we carry ourselves and how we treat them.
Because you guys, you feel the certain way.
That shit's very important to us. It's more about, you know, how people feel when they walk in here. We've said this since day one. We want people to feel like they're walking in a different city when they open our doors, because we know how behind Appleton and Wisconsin is in general. Well, more so Appleton and then you know, northern Wisconsin is in the fashion world. So.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we're really role models, you know? Like, just the other day, we were walking out of the Y playing basketball after putting in work, and kids were just like, hey, those are guys from Division 1. And
Trying
like,
to play us one-on-one.
yeah, exactly. And like, they look at us, and we got to be that role model, even though like we don't really realize it. Like, we kind of are just because we are ourselves at the end of the day.
On us, really.
What would you say brings you guys the most happiness right now?
Man,
That's a good question.
that is a great question. I think what brings me the most happiness, honestly, is Division 1. All the things that stem from Division 1. My relationship with my business partner, the relationship with the influence and relationship I have on the employees and our Swiss Army knife. The feedback that we get from the city. Like you said, I've been working at the YMCA for as long as I can remember. It wasn't until 2 years ago when Division 1 started, I started being a Division 1 guy. You know what I'm saying? So everything that stems from Division 1, from the love to the hate, because it lets you know that you're doing something right if you're receiving both of them.
Hell yeah.
So that's what makes me most happy. Is Division 1.
I think it's easy to look past this kind of stuff, and that's why it's such a good question. But I think what makes me happiest is just the personal growth, that I've had since we've even opened. I like to say this sometimes when I'm maybe venting to Quad or even Indy, and just be like, the old Matt wouldn't have handled that quite the same, So that leads into everything Quad just said, really, too. Division 1 in general is like, we get to wake up and do what we love every day. You know what I mean? We naturally all want to become better. It's just it's never ending being better, really.
You'll never reach it, really.
I think that's happiness, man. It's like just waking up, working towards something better every day, and enjoying every minute of it. The speed bumps, the struggles. We make it look easy, but it's all part of the happiness, man. For real.
Facts. What about you, Andy?
I think family at the end of the day, because we're one big family here. And like even my family, like my own personal blood family, is like what really brings me happiness is the people. I am who I am because of my family and the people around me, and like they've grown to be my family, and like as we grow bigger, my family is only gonna get bigger. So like I think at the end of the day, like the people who you are around on a daily basis is, really influences your happiness and your depression or whatever it may be. Is how you feel is it's a big part of, or your family has a big part of that. So I think my family is my key to happiness.
Yep. That shit only makes business stronger, too. It's like you got that love before that, like, you straight.
Right.
We learned pretty quick that Division 1's way bigger than Quad and Matt. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
real fast.
There's so much that goes into that, but...
Yeah, you said that earlier, actually.
Another thing I learned from Dude.
Yeah.
He says it's not about you. It's
You said
about
that earlier.
Shit around you.
Where how, like, you mentioned how you can imagine our success started because of who we were before Division 1. And that's true. You could easily say our first 2 months were because of who was in this store, right? But like Matt said, I can say at the 6 month mark is when we really start to realize it, that like Division 1 is way bigger than us. Like nobody cares about who they do to a certain extent, but don't nobody care about Matt and Quadri.
They're coming in here for what they want.
They're coming in here because we have grown something and put something in the area that wasn't here. So it's bigger than us now.
Fuck yeah. Where would y'all say? And this is, I'm gonna end it off on this one, because I feel like this is a perfect question. Where would y'all say y'all want to see yourselves in the next 5 years?
I hate that question, bro. I hate that.
Hey, I
Why
could
you
have
say
said
that?
10. 10 is a long ass time.
I could, I could answer it really, really quickly. But to sum that question up really quick, like I said, please add whatever you want to it. But I think to really quickly sum it up, we'll be in different cities. Take our model and build in different cities. I think it's great to start here, but from day one, even when we first started talking about it back in January of 2020, it's always been a bigger vision.
Yeah. And even though I feel you, bro, like the questions are very simple, but you answer them how you want to answer them. Like legit though, like where you want to see this motherfucking next 5 years.
No,
like,
no cap.
You want upstairs? You want spots?
Yeah,
London?
You funny.
Bro, I saw that trip. I'm still thinking about that trip. Y'all niggas was fresh on that trip.
It's funny you say that, man, because that's definitely something that we talked about a lot. It's the same thing going on in London. That's the same thing's going on in Appleton. You know.
Facts.
Shit, where can I see ourselves? Is like in 5 years from now. 4 stores. You know, I think like four. Like
it's
4
tough to
stores.
say. It's so
like
tough to say.
It's like
a minimum.
I feel like a not even realistic because we can even do more. But I just feel like that's just like a safe number.
Yeah.
4 stores in different parts of the U.S. Of course. So not just like we're all in Wisconsin. Like
hell yeah.
And it's tough. And it's tough to say only because the vision changes.
Yeah.
We the moves we're about to make and the moves that we thought we were going to make when we first opened have changed. And it's such a beautiful thing how it's changed, too. So
very true.
It's hard to answer, but we are all, it's kind of crazy. We're proud of how far we've come, but we're never satisfied. And we are working towards something way bigger, really.
I feel like I talked to Indy about the same shit, too. I feel like it'd be dope if, all 3 of y'all had 3 major stores, just, spread it out the whole world.
Be lit.
That's kind of been a goal.
Europe.
Yeah.
Home base is Appleton, Wisconsin. Where's Appleton,
We always
Wisconsin?
joke about that. Appleton, Wisconsin is
We
always going to be our home.
I mean, just make the biggest one here.
Exactly. It could be like
y'all could
that.
do so much.
Who knows?
Appleton's on the come up, so
Fact.
it's on the come up.
Very fast.
5 years from now, Appleton's going to be different, so it's hard to say.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because, it's going to be big.
who knows? Dvsn1 can be the reason why Appleton is such a big city.
Facts. That is fucking facts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, damn, I appreciate y'all for, just chilling, talking to me and shit, chopping it up.